Hey NCA teachers, welcome back from spring break. I hope you enjoyed some time away. I know that I did, and now it's good to be back ready for fourth quarter. I just want to say well done. We are now 3/4 of the way through the school year, and we've done a lot of hard work. You've done a lot of really good things. I was sharing with somebody recently, a fellow leader from a different state, about school life, and he asked me a question about our re-enrollment numbers at NCA, and so I said, well, we're at 97%. He said, well, why did you say it that way? And I told him, well, this is my first year as chief academic officer, so how should I say it? And he said, well, if you're in the upper 80s, that's good. If you're at 92%, that's great. If you're at 97% re-enrollment, you guys should celebrate. So I'm passing that on to celebrate you guys and just say thank you. I know that that's not because of policy. That's not because of handbooks that we write. That's because teachers love their kids and kids love their teachers, and parents know that. And they want their kids to be at a school where teachers show them love, the love of God, that they love them and fight for them. And so thank you for what you guys are doing. As we head into this week, we have a busy week ahead of us. Thursday is Grandparents' Day at Liberty Campus. Friday is Grandparents' Day at Warrior, and Grace will come over. And so we have some exciting things. We also have a professional development plan for Friday afternoon. And so as we were planning ahead, we knew that March and May, we wanted to set aside as a time for teachers just to have as work time. We've had some teachers ask about that. Could we just have a little bit more time to get some of the work done? We've tried to allot that at the end of our PDs, but we've thought for March and May, just to set aside these times for you to work. And so this video is replacing any of our getting together time. We're not going to require Genesis time. We're done with our book clubs. And so, all of that is just here. I'm giving you some information on a video so that on Friday, as soon as you guys are free from teaching stuff, you are going to be welcome to start working. Take some time, have a lunch, catch your breath. But then we've got some time set aside for you to work on the things that we've got going on. And so that's going to be happening this Friday. Of course, Grandparents' Day is a lot of fun and a little bit of chaos. And so as all the students leave, whether that's with grandparents or at regular time, again, you'll have some time to catch your breath, have lunch before we jump into the projects that we've got going on. Projects that we do have going on are the CPOE paper. We've been talking about the Christian philosophy of education, and so this is one thing we've been talking about, kind of preparing for through the year, if you will. If you remember, John Edwards has put in his Google Classroom a template for this. It already has all of the sources there and a bibliography so that you can cite those pretty easily. The books that you've read, the videos that you've watched for the new teachers, and some of you who've watched some of those again, all of those things will play into this CPOE. Again, our hope is that this will be a helpful reminder of the things that we've talked through the year. I know we've talked a lot about it. I sat in on a book club a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, and had some healthy, lively conversation about sometimes the frustration of what biblical worldview integration feels like, if it feels forced. And I get that, I really do. So I want you to hear us on this, hear me on this. I'm not trying to make this one more initiative that we're going to try this year. How we teach any subject to any grade level on any day, we want it to look different as a Christian school. And I know that it can feel forced. I know that sometimes it takes some time to learn how to do that. But that's why we're spending a lot of time trying to make this work. It's what sets us apart. It's one of the things that sets us apart as a Christian school. And so as you're answering the questions on that CPOE template, we hope that it's a good chance to remember some of those things. We're also going to put in your mailbox a matrix that's been made. This is not, there's no requirement from this. This is just a tool. It actually goes through all the different tools that we've talked about this year, just some of the questions and some of the themes that we've talked about that are, here's how you think about your content from a Christian worldview. This is how you teach and ask good questions about your content to get our students thinking about a biblical worldview. How do we learn about history and science and math and all things through that biblical worldview? And so you'll see a colored copy of that piece of paper. John will also share a digital copy just as a tool for you. Again, no requirements on that. Some teachers, we had kind of sneaked it out to a couple of you, and we've had some teachers asking to get the matrix, just this, it's kind of in one place, all the things that we've talked about for the year. And so you'll see that in your mailboxes by this Friday, and also get a digital copy. So we hope that will help. Let's say you're finished with the CPOE paper, congrats. One of the other projects that we're working on this year is to do our scope and sequence documents. And so if you remember, we're just doing 2 classes, elementary, I think you're doing Bible and English this year. And then on secondary, you guys are picking 2 of the classes that you teach to be filling out your scope and sequence for the year. This is, again, one of our accreditation requirements, but it's also a helpful tool just to make sure we're aligning each grade level one to the next. And so this is a good chance perhaps to continue work on that as well. So both March and May, you will have some time to be working on this. We're not meeting to do anything else, just giving you that time to work. And in April, we don't have a professional development scheduled. And so this is that time. From about 12:30 to 3:30, the principals, myself, and John will be available. We may come around and try to offer help just to see how we can help in either of these processes. If you're writing the paper, if you're doing your scope and sequence, we want to be a help there if we can. So let me finish by saying, let's finish strong. We are now in 4th quarter. Next week, April begins, and it is going to fly by. This is a fun time of year. We've got, spring's here. We can be outdoors a little bit more. Graduation is coming. A lot of fun things to celebrate. But let's finish strong. Let's do the things we say we're going to do. Go the extra mile. I know you go home tired at the end of the day. I really get it. But let's go home a good tired, celebrating the good work we get to do. Have those extra conversations with kids. Show them compassion. Hold them accountable. Do the things that really set us apart as a school. God bless you guys. Don't ever hesitate to reach out to me if there's anything that I can do to help.